Chat, ignore my nice new shirt, but this is part three. It's part three or two. I sort of skipped last week. I low key forgot about this challenge. So I skipped last week. It was also like a pretty bad week. Uh, but yeah, I could go over last week a little bit. But yeah, this is I'll say part two of the Road to $10,000 Day Trading Challenge. Pretty much just could be going over this week, going over all the trades I took, all the trades I could have took, what my thoughts and feelings were during trading. Because this week, I ended up green on the week, but still not one of my better weeks emotionally and just in general. So yeah, let's just go over it. I'll start with Friday since it's fresh in my brain. So yeah, I also took some notes. You can see here. I'm not trying to leak it all, but I took some notes on what I could improve on this week. So yeah, first things first. Let's get into Friday. So boom, Friday. I'll pull up bar replay since we're like right here. Friday. It's a very obvious day. Came down, swept the sell side, tapped this 15-minute gap, reacted bullishly off it, and inversed in two candles. This is what a textbook setup looks like to me. Boom, we sweep sell side, tap a higher time frame gap, get a very bullish reaction with very good momentum right off it, then get a clean inverse. This is textbook for me. We also have a high time frame, hourly high draw on liquidity right past the internal draw on liquidities. Draws on liquidity, draw on liquidities. Not sure, but so this trade looked beautiful, but you're probably like, oh, you banked on this, right? This is A plus for you. No, I didn't. And the reason for that is because the entry triggered at 9:30, and I don't know. I just haven't been the biggest fan of taking trades at 9:30. But the thing that's even worse is if this trade triggered at 9:31 or 9:32, I would have taken it. But since it triggered at 9:30, and that's like the candle where volatility starts to come in, I guess, I didn't take it, which really doesn't make sense because it's not like we're just because the candle has volatility, it doesn't mean it's just gonna randomly like go down for no reason. Like it's gonna go down if the drawn liquidity is lower. Um, but yeah, so what I'm trying to say is in the future, whenever I see a textbook set up like this, trigger at 9:30, and maybe I don't feel comfortable enough to take it because the entry is 9:30, I should just take it and just de-risk. I'll pull up my notes here because this is one of them. Boom. Second note, don't miss a good textbook setup because of a small detail. So boom, textbook setup, reacting on 15-minute, reacting on 4 hour, very bullish reaction, 5 and 15-minute inverse at the same time. We have equal highs right here. We have relative equal highs here. We have London highs here, and we have an hourly high time frame draw past that. So don't miss a trade just because of one little thing. And the one little thing was the entry triggered at 9:30 instead of 9:31, 9:32, 9:33, 9:34, 9:35. So yeah, in the future, I would at least take this just de-risk because it's worth putting money on this A plus setup. So yeah, that's what I got to say about this. I did take it on eval and made a little bit. It literally hit TP in one candle. I just held till here. But yeah, and then here's where it gets even worse, arguably. Friday was not my best day, I will say. So Friday, I'm like, okay, boom. We had nice 15-minute bullish closure, closed past these highs, still obviously trending towards the hourly high to the left. So I said, okay, bet. What I want to see is us come down into this 5-minute gap, and then get a clean inverse on any time frame targeting the high time frame draw. So that's literally what I said, like in my head. Like if this happens, then I'll take a trade. So let's see what happened. What's going on? What's going on, chat? So boom, came down, retraced. We even tapped this bottom gap, and just look at this bullish reaction we had. Right once we tapped it, we had a bullish reaction. And then I'm looking at time frames, not seeing any clean inverses. Oh, bet 3 minutes. 3 minutes got a very clean fair value gap to take the inverse of target hourly high. This is a free setup bet. So that's probably, that's what I'm thinking here. Oh, bet 3 minute inverse with good momentum too. Okay, bet. This is a free trade. I'm in. Easy win. Let's go. Is what you thought would have happened, but no. This also sort of goes along with this first trade I missed. This is a textbook trade. The only reason I did not take it is because there was a bearish SMT at this high right here. Meaning ES swept this high right here and NQ didn't. Bearish SMT. So and this would have been my break-even point, so I didn't want to take it. But once again, like everything else aligns besides that one little thing. Like we're obviously trending up, obvious hourly draw, 3 minute inverse, good momentum, reacting on 5 minute gaps, textbook continuation. But I missed it because of a cute little bearish SMT. So boom, let's go back to the Google Doc. What is this? Don't miss a good trade because of tiny details. Small SMT, close was a little too bad. Time triggered at 9:30 instead of 9:31. What's the solution, you might be wondering? You're probably wondering, there's no way there's a solution for this, right? Well, there is. Solution, de-risk. Literally just go half size, quarter size. And I'm just telling myself to do this. I guess you can do this if you want, but solution is for me to just go half size, quarter size on these type of setups. So yeah, that's what I should do moving forward. Because I do have a lot of experience trading inverses. I've been trading inverses for almost 2 years. So more often than not, whenever I feel like a setup's going to work, it will work. So I should just de-risk on a really good setup like this. So yeah, that was Friday. I actually did not end up taking any trades. So yeah, those were 2 really good trades Friday that I did not take. So yeah. Let's go over to Thursday. Okay, so Thursday was another very good day, just like Friday. There's multiple setups I could have taken. But yeah, let me go over it. So boom, we have equal lows, London lows, this low right here. So sell side looks very nice. Boom, what did we do up here? We went up. There's an hourly high over to the left, very far, that we swept. This is what this black line's supposed to be. That we swept with this move up. So boom, I'm expecting us to come down, tap these equals, even go lower. My overall draw on liquidity was really these relative, they're not like relative, but these relative equal lows on the high time frame. So that's what I was looking for. Boom, the first good trade that I could have de-risked on was this trade right here. Inverse both these 1 minute gaps, good momentum, obvious strong liquidity, equal lows. The reason I didn't take it was low key the time again, because like 9:30 like candle gets kind of crazy, and like it could have like the biggest candle down and then right after have the biggest candle up. But like once again, it's not just gonna do that for no reason. So in this case, we inverse both these 1 minute gaps, good momentum, obviously going towards these equal lows. So this was definitely a decent trade. The reason I did take it was because that, and we were also inside of a 5 and like a 15 minute gap here. So I would have waited for those to close to take it. So yeah, don't necessarily regret not taking it, but definitely a trade that I could definitely take in the future. And then after we did that, oh yeah, there's also another good trade. Yeah, there was actually like 4 good trades this day. So another good trade was, so I was just very bearish. If you look at this, I'll pull up bar replay for a little bit. Like when I was looking at this, then we had relative equal lows down here. This looked like a market maker sell model to me. I could switch time frames, so I'm not trying to like just mess up bar replay. But this looks like a sell model to me. So my overall draw on liquidity were these lows. So pretty much what I wanted to see after this dump down, I wanted to see us, and we're clearly displacing past these lows too. So just bearish. I wanted to see us pull back into 5 or 15-minute gap and then get a continuation down. So continuation model like what happened Friday. That's what I wanted to see. Then okay, bar replay. I don't know if I just don't know how to use it. But bar replay is not working for some reason. Okay, let me go to it. And then that's exactly what happened. We pulled up, we swept this 1 minute high, tapped 5-minute gap, and we got a 30-second inversion. It was right here, I'm pretty sure, the entry. And then I literally could have targeted this low for 2.6 risk to reward, and my break even would have never got hit. This is a trade that, once again, I got scared to take. I'm not really sure why I got scared to take. I think maybe because the close. I think it's because I couldn't tell if MNQ closed the 30-second or not. I forget. But I didn't take this trade for some reason. Even though, once again, it's like I literally said if this happened, I'd take it, but I didn't. It did end up working. So this was a trade I could have taken, another textbook continuation while on 30-second. And then, boom, this was the best trade all week. This is a trade that I would take every time. So, boom, accumulation. We accumulate here. It's choppy PA, accumulation. Boom, we manipulate down. We sweep out this sell side. Then, boom, what do we do after that? We distribute. Not only distribute, I want to exaggerate how much I love momentum candles like this, and especially momentum candles with inverses. That's just my favorite thing ever, my favorite confluence. Not only that, we inversed 1, 2, 3. We inverse 3 1-minute gaps in one huge displacement candle with low resistance liquidity above and an unfilled 15-minute right here. Drawn liquidity, momentum, inversion, sweep sell side, like perfect play right here. I did not take this though. I literally didn't take this just because I logged off like at like 10:20, I'd say, because we just kept chopping and I was just feeling tons of FOMO from like this trade playing out over here. So my emotions were going crazy, so I just decided to log off after this bad PA, and then this setup happened, unfortunately. But I did end up catching a win today. Cue the clap sound effects. So boom, the win that I did end up taking was a 5-minute inversion short. I believe the entry triggered here, just targeting this low. Now, I'm not even gonna lie, this is probably like the worst out of the 4 trades that I showed. It is a continuation model though. It is like a decent, solid continuation model. We tap into like a 15-minute gap on this leg, I'm pretty sure. Instead of switching time frames, I'm just gonna try to draw it. I'll say the 15-minute gap look like this. So boom, we tapped into it, and then after we did that, we got a 5-minute inverse with good momentum out, confirming that we are reacting off the 15-minute gap. So that was my entry. And I was also just very bearish once again. These lows were my overall draw. So boom, 5-minute entry. TP was this. I don't think I made 1.9R. I think it was like 1.6 or something. But yeah, this was my win this week. And this win literally swept my past like 3 losses, I guess. I only have like 1 actual loss. I'm gonna go over my stats. Screw it. Feel free to email me if you want. Wait, what am I doing? So I'm gonna go over my stats because risk reward. My risk reward is not even that good, but like my risk on trades is good. Like I could put good risk on good trades, and like on a trade that I don't think is that A++++, I'll just like de-risk on. So ends up working out, but boom. See, this win took care of this. This is when, yeah, so I took 2 break-even trades on Monday, and my second break-even got hit right away. So I didn't have time to move break even, so I just closed for a loss there. So that's unfortunate, but this win took care of 1, 2, and I won't say this, 1, 2, 3 break even for. Took care of every loss besides this. I don't even know. I guess I was going for like winning days on these. But yeah, just very stupid losses. But yeah, just risk reward is very important. And yeah, what was I about to do? Yeah. So yeah, this was my winning trade that day. Anything else go over this day? And not really. Just in a perfect world, I'd say skip this trade, in this chop, just not that clean, but take this 1 minute trade because this is the most obvious by far, and there's no reason to take setups that aren't like A plus obvious. So yeah, that was Thursday. Wednesday was completely my fault. I'm keeping a buck. So boom, first things first, I took this momentum candle targeting this hourly low, these relative eagle lows, because I was just very, very bearish. There is also a 30-second inversion there. Then I got break even on this. And then my loss was this short. We got a 1 minute inversion. 1 minute inversion targeting a data low, these lows, and then the relative eagle lows. So solid trade. I liked it. Literally the only thing I should have done was move break even after we swept this internal low. This should have been a break even trade, but I didn't, because in my rules that I have in my mind, I say that it's fine to not move break even when there's a data wick, but this data wick is not like that important of a data wick. Like it's just it looks like a normal wick, honestly. When you think of a data wick, you should think of like a wick like this. So I guess I should re-rule that to like an obvious data wick in my head. So yeah, should have moved break even. Should have been a break even trade, and yeah, just like I don't know if I'd say this is bad psychology. A bad psychology day, I guess I could say it was, since usually I wouldn't move break even here, but overall just should have went break even unless like there's equals, very obvious low resistance liquidity, very obvious data we're right next to. So yeah, that was Wednesday. Tuesday, there's a decent long here, reacting on 5 minutes, so up sell side, high time frame draw. It looked very simple, just didn't look like that A++, but yeah, that was the best trade on Tuesday. Actually, no, there was a 30-second long in here that was obvious, but like I wanted like the 1 minute to look cleaner. The 1 minute just looked like nothing's going on, so I didn't take the 30-second long. And that's also what I just add to my rules. Let me go to my and never mind, I don't know what I got on my Google Docs, any school stuff, so I'm not. But in my rules I made last week, I said at the 1 minute's unclear, don't take a 30-second. So that's why I missed that 30-second. So yeah. But yeah, sometimes I get too caught up on the 30-second and take just stupid losses. So that rule sort of just is a nice rule to help me see things clear, I guess, in the markets, in the day trading markets. So Monday I took two break even. Guys, this is my sleepy voice, by the way. I took 2 break even trades. So yeah, first trade, very good trade. Literally exactly what I wanted to see. On the 1 minute, it looks very stupid. So like, no, this isn't breaking my rule though, because you got to be discretional at times, and this is one of those times where I know for a fact it's going to be discretional, because I sort of wanted it to be a 30-second, because I see this setup happen most on the 30-second, like especially off 9:30 open. So pretty much this is the 9:30 candle. So at 9:28, 9:29, I was like, okay, I want to see a retrace to these 1 minute gaps, then get a 30-second short. The reason I didn't think or want like a 1 minute gap on the 1 minute is because off 9:30, there's just no way we have time to leave a 1 minute gap on the 9:30 candle unless because of how much volume there is, unless we like continue higher, sweeping these highs and then come back down. But I didn't want to see that happen. If that made any sense at all, I hope that did. So I just wanted to see us tap this gap, get a 30-second inverse short, which is exactly what happened. And the reason this trade was so good for me was because of this textbook low resistance liquidity we had. Look at all this low resistance liquidity. This is, I'll say, like my favorite draw on liquidity. I can't even lie. It low-key surpasses equals and datas for me. Then 30-second inverse. So short was like here, targeting this low. I ended up sweeping these lows, going break even. Break even did end up saving me from a loss there. Realistically, I'd always go break even after the low resistance liquidity swept though, so it wasn't really a question whether I was going to make break even there. And then I took a second trade, took a 30-second long, another 30-second long. You're probably like, bro, why are you taking a 30-second long? I thought you don't take 30 seconds unless PA is obvious. Well, we have equal highs over here. These are such juicy equal highs. They're both swing highs very far apart. And then we made triple relative equals with this high right here. So just such a good draw on liquidity. So took a 30-second inverse. Unfortunately, I got break even on it. So that kind of sucks. But yeah. So yeah, I like these two 30-second trades because of how obvious the draw on liquidities. I don't know if it's draw on liquidities or draws on liquidity, but yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess I'll go to my notes this week. So notes, quit crying. I've been noticing that these past like 2 weeks especially, I've been not like necessarily emotional like on the charts. Like I don't like act onto my emotions, but I've been emotional like off the charts because like whenever I see a trade like that I knew was gonna or that I thought was gonna play out, but I just didn't want to take it. Like I would start stressing so much and start I'm not actually being serious when I'm saying crying. Like I'm metaphorically crying. That's the first time I've ever used metaphorically, but yeah, I pretty much just like get so stressed and like mad and upset whenever like I get FOMO from a trade working, or like whenever I decide to skip out on an A+ trade because I want it because of one little thing, like, and then it plays out, like that's when I would cry and just like I would just be so stressed and like pout and upset. So I gotta stop doing that because there's literally no reason to do that. I missed a trade because there's a reason for everything I do. If I miss a trade, it's because I didn't think it was good enough. But if I did miss the trade, then I should follow rule number 2. Solution, de-risk in the future. That will also prevent me from crying if the yeah, I mean, pretty much I just get stressed out for no reason every trading day because I don't know. I'm just thinking like, dude, everyone probably freaking made so much money from the setup, but I just missed it because of one little reason. Like just stuff like that. But in reality, everyone trades differently. I just gotta stop crying, stop being so stressed about missing a trade because there is definitely a good reason for me missing a trade. Or if there was not a good reason for me missing a trade, then boom, follow rule number 2, solution, de-risk. At 3, have more confidence. This sort of goes with rule number 2. So whenever I see like an A+ setup, there's just one little thing wrong with it. Just have more confidence. Have more confidence in my almost 2 years of trading inverses, almost 2 years of trading liquidity, and just de-risk or even full size. But yeah, if I'm not planning on taking it at all, then I should just de-risk if it's an A+ setup that there's one little thing wrong with it. So I just gotta have more confidence in myself, have more confidence in my screen time and my trading. So yeah, that's pretty much the weekly recap. What I could do better. Boom. quit crying, quit being so emotional about whether trades are playing out, whether trades are playing out or not. That's mainly the reason I crash. So boom, that. Next, if there's a A plus setup, but there's one tiny thing wrong with it, de-risk, take it. Um, but if it's like a setup with something wrong with it, then just don't even bother taking it in the first place. Boom. 3. Um, I'll add some of my rules from last week. I said too that I wrote in a Google Doc. I'll say if uh if PA is choppy, if we are in a range, if 1 minute, 5 minute, whatever it is looks choppy, don't even bother trading. There's no point. Um, then 4. What was rule number 4 in here? Have more confidence. Have more confidence in my edge in my trading. A de-risked loss, especially, is not the end of the world at all. I just gotta have more confidence in my setups. So yeah, just have more confidence. A de-risked loss is not the end of the world. That's also something that I sort of struggle. Not It's not like that deep of a struggle, but it's something like I struggle with. Like, I think if I take a de-risked loss, I guess that's because I'm too focused on the money, low key. Because if I take a de-risk loss and let's say I lose 200 and then I take a full-sized win the next trade and win 400, now I'm only up 200 because I decide to take that stupid de-risk loss. Um, and I'm like, dang, bro, I pretty much only made 200. So that's sort of how I look at it in my head, but that's okay, a bad way to look at it. That's just looking at it as the money. Um, I just need to focus on the trading itself because the odds are the de-risk loss, as long as it was A plus, as long as it was A plus, then there's no reason to not have taken the de-risk loss. So yeah, I feel like I should that's definitely need to work on stuff, stop focusing on the money in that perspective. So yeah, um, so that's pretty much all of those rules. Um, I'm gonna go over how I plan to trade this top step moving forward. So I did sort of get my top step back from the slums with this trade. Thursday it was really deep in the slums. I had like one trade left. Um, so I got it fairly. It's almost back to break even. It's like minus 380 or something. It's at like minus 380 balance or something like that. But yeah, I need to stop looking at the balance. But since I'm so patient and only full size on like A plus plus obvious setups really, my next the next A plus plus setup that I see that should have like a 90% at least break even win rate. I'm literally just gonna risk my uh yeah, I'm Loki just gonna risk my okay. Try to ignore my stuttering. I feel like it's been getting a little bit better making YouTube videos, but yeah, just try to ignore my stuttering. So I have 1,700 drawdown left since my account's at negative 390. So I'm literally gonna risk 1,700 big ones on the next A plus plus trade. That doesn't mean I'm gonna risk 1,700 on my next trade because maybe there's like a good trade I should just risk like 200 or 300 on and take. But the next A plus plus trade, I'm risking 1,700, and yeah, and the reason for that is because at this rate, my account's at negative 390. I've been on this account for like like 1 month. The fourth. Oh, I haven't even been on it that long, but I've been on this account for 1 month. It's still negative 390, and to be able to request it 2K payout, yeah, the main reason is because I'm only across one account. It'd be different if I had like 3 or 2 or 4 accounts copy traded. It's all on one account. I need to get the balance to 54K to be able to withdraw a 2K payout. And if I'm risking like 400-500 a trade with an average of like 1.2R, it's gonna take me like at least like 2 more months of really good trading to be able to get that payout. And yeah, I also see that so many people do this. Like, I'm back. I just ran out of storage, so my screen recording stopped. But yeah, what was I saying? I was saying, yeah, just so many traders tend to almost full port or like half port their first trades on accounts to get it, just like build a buffer, get it out of that just to build a buffer really. So that's what I figured I'd do, especially being on one account. Uh, so yeah, and I have like a pretty high win rate whenever it's me being patient, waiting for A plus trades, because they usually happen like once every week on average, once twice every 2 weeks. Uh, so yeah, that's pretty much my plan on this top step, and yeah, I figured I'd go over that since this is a road to 10K challenge trading. But yeah, I do have an Apex eval working on since the Apex evals were so cheap, or else I wouldn't have bought another eval. Um, it's up 1K right now. So yeah, I really regret not full porting that this trade on Friday. This 5 minute long is the trade I took my eval. I really regret full porting it. Um, because I was really gonna full port it, but I legit didn't have time to like switch how much I was risking, and the default I risked was 500. So yeah, I was sort of forced to risk 500. But if I tried to risk like 2,000 or something, I don't even think I would have gone in on time. So that's kind of clutch though. So yeah, can't be too mad about it. But yeah, is that all, man? Yeah, just gonna keep trading this top step. Not gonna buy any more accounts unless I get a payout, or I blow it. Knock on wood, I don't though. Mm, yeah, I think that's gonna be everything. Thanks for tuning in. If you made it till the end, make sure to join the free Discord. The link is in my YouTube bio, and yeah, just feel free to follow my my journey in trading. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Peace out.